Oh man, I haven't made a video in 2 weeks, and holy shit, there's been so much news. Why haven't I talked about any of it? Fucking fatigue, folks. I am fucking tired. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of just an electorate that apparently just doesn't fucking care. You got all the scandal after scandal after scandal with Joe Biden. We know he colluded with China. We know he colluded with fucking Ukraine. We know that he's in the fucking pocket of credit card companies and has been his entire career. He's backed by a BLM terrorist organization when everything that BLM is mad about, he's responsible for. He co-authored both the 1986 and 1994 crime bills that put all these black Americans fucking away. It finally comes out in a debate. Trump finally pushes him on this fact. Nobody cares. I mean, the Hunter Biden leaks are way more, or not leaks, just basically the fucking laptop that he like a retard left someplace where somebody sees him freaking banging underage Chinese hookers. And there's even, I mean, it's not proven, but there's strong circumstantial evidence that there are videos of him fucking his 16-year-old niece and Malia Obama. In those videos, there's dozens of them. They've been getting released daily online. It's unbelievable. There's a phone call audio of Joe Biden. There's phone call audio of Hunter Biden talking about collusion with these foreign countries. It's all completely disqualifying. You got Joe Biden lying constantly on camera about everything that he's been challenged on. In the last debate, Joe Biden said, there's no video evidence of me having anti-fracking and anti-oil drilling comments. There's dozens of them. Multiple of them occurred in the Democratic primary debates. Multiple of them occurred in Joe Biden's own rallies and own fucking press events. He said, no new fracking. We will stop drilling. We will move completely towards renewable energy. We will halt oil production. He said those comments verbatim and then lied in the final presidential debate and said there's no video of me saying that when there's dozens of videos of him saying that. And YouTube and Twitter is flagging down and delisting every single clip of him saying it. But you can still see compilations of it on Mark Dice's YouTube videos. You can see them on Twitter. Trump posted them himself. I don't know how many times I have to say all progressives ever do is lie. There is not a fucking word that comes out of Joe Biden's mouth that is true. Literally fucking nothing. There's not a single story reported on CNN that is true, or MSNBC. Literally fucking nothing. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not saying, oh, because they lie 4/5 of the time or 9/10 of the time, that means they're lying. No, every single time they are lying. And even when the truth is right in front of these people's faces, this is the effect of the fucking demoralization campaign. This is the effect of what has been done through the media by a corrupt cabal of fucking people in order to twist this country. You can look at a video just came out a couple days of a black dude in Philadelphia. They call the cops on him. 2 cops show up. The guy's got a knife. He's threatening people. Then he turns his attention on the cops, the black guy does with the knife, and he comes straight at him, and they back up, and they say, put the knife down now, or we'll shoot. And he rushes them, and they shoot him dead. And what is the fucking just wall of Twitter comments under this body cam video? Oh, the cops didn't de-escalate. What do you think backing up and saying, put the knife down for 10 seconds is? That's, you have this time to comply and not show aggression, and you get to live. We've seen, I can show you videos of what happens to cops who think that just tasing somebody or shooting them in the fucking leg will do. There's a video, and someday I'll have to find it and maybe even post it on this channel, of a male cop and a female cop who are approaching a suspect who has a knife. He's a black man, of course. And they try tasing him, and he rushes the female cop and stabs her. She backs off and shoots him. They tase him again. Of course, the taser has no effect. I've said multiple times on this channel that tasers are one of the most ridiculously ineffective and useless means of trying to non-lethally subdue a person. You are way better off beating somebody with a fucking nightstick or macing them than you would be with tasing them. That does virtually nothing. First of all, it's barely effective if it actually sticks to the person and actually shocks them. Most of the time, it'll get stuck in clothing, even just t-shirts. It's virtually useless against anyone wearing a jacket or a sweater. It's worthless. It doesn't do shit and just gives criminals the chance to retaliate for free while the cop's essentially holding a useless weapon with both hands. So, going back to this video I'm talking about, he stabs this female cop twice. Then he grabs her and grapples her so that the male cop, who's freaking out, he's having a panic attack, she's screaming for her life, getting stabbed. She's been disarmed. By the way, women, you shouldn't be police officers. I'm sorry. It's not that maybe your ability to drive a car is not in question. Your ability to do traffic stops and help people do various things and file reports and whatever, that's all fine. But when it comes to actually a physical situation with a male suspect, you are fucking useless, by the way. And you're a danger to yourself and others. I really don't think female cops should be allowed, or they should have to be paired with a male partner at all times, because they're a danger to themselves and others. It's just a fact, a biological fact. It has nothing to do with misogyny. So anyway, yeah, and finally they separate just enough for the male cop to be able to shoot the suspect, and he does shoot him twice. And what does the suspect do? Continue to stab the female cop. And then eventually they struggle around. She's screaming and fighting for her life. She's screaming, "He's killing me." And there's managed to get a little bit more separation again. And the cop shoots the suspect a couple of times and does. I mean, by this point, the suspect's been fired upon like 10 times. I don't know how many times he's been hit. Probably at least 6. And he's still fighting. A lot of people have their ideas about what guns do from movies. If you don't get hit in your vital organs, all it does is hurt. It doesn't incapacitate you. You are unlikely to die instantly from anything other than like a shot to the heart, like directly straight through your heart to blow it to pieces, or through the brain pan. If you don't get shot in basically like the back of your head, like where your motor function shit is, or in the heart, you're not just going to stop. The only thing that actually neutralizes a suspect when you shoot them, like actually puts them down to the point where they stay down and stop fighting back, is like multiple bullets, center of mass, that causes full system shock and basically just makes you go limp. If that doesn't happen, the suspect is not neutralized. The suspect is fully capable of retaliating. And if the suspect is within arm's reach of you, you can shoot him 9, 10 times and he'll keep stabbing you. Adrenaline plus whatever drugs that are on, they're not just going to go down unless you literally shut them off like a knockout punch. Which, by the way, if somebody was allowed to just fucking smash people across the face with nightsticks, the person's going to be very badly hurt, but they'll probably live and be knocked unconscious. Cops aren't allowed to use nightsticks anymore. They're trained to hit people in the back of the knees with fucking these little shitty baton things. Doesn't even really hurt. You don't even feel that if you have any adrenaline in your system at all. You don't feel shots to the leg pretty much at all in a fight. You don't really feel hardly anything but like jarring shots to the face in the middle of a actual fight or flight response fight. There's so many people are watching this shit that have not only never been in a fight before, they've never been in fear of their life before, they've probably never even been in like a car accident or anything particularly scary has ever happened to them. We're talking about people who've like probably never played sports, never done anything competitive, never been in a position where they're in a state of super aware hyper adrenaline. Because, I mean, I may look like a total fucking nerd and shit, but I came from a poor town where the fights happened a lot. And of course, most of my fights were as kids, as a kid against other kids. So therefore, it's not anything to like brag and beat my chest and act like a chat about. But I can tell you, I didn't feel a fucking thing anytime I was in a fight. I've been walloped upside the head. I've had to fight two people at once. I've been like fucking stomped on. I've been kicked. Had my ribs bruised. I've fucking tore muscles. I've, black eyes, cracked teeth. Didn't feel a fucking thing. Did not feel a fucking thing until it was over. And bullets aren't a whole lot different unless you're actually being to the point where the body just automatically shuts down. Nothing. There's none of this fallout like plink, 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 shoot the guy in the left arm. No. Does not work that way. You're not Clint Eastwood. You can't shoot the gun out of people's hands. The other thing is arms, legs are thin and move wildly and rapidly during a fight. You just be spending shells in the ground. And the other thing is cops are not obligated to be stabbed or to let criminals stab other people. Same with guns. Cops are not obligated to be shot or to let criminals escape and shoot other people. The fucking Rayshard Brooks shit where he was so drunk he passed out in a drive-thru and could not be roused by people banging on his fucking window. Didn't even really come to until he'd been dragged out of the fucking car. And we have fucking BLM people saying, well, he wasn't threatening anybody, so why don't they just escort him home? And they didn't even mean escort him home as in put him in a fucking squad car and take him home. They meant literally like take police time to form a fucking presidential motorcade around this stupid fucking worthless jogger and escort him home like he's like the queen or some shit. I'm so tired of having to discuss how fucking worthless, degenerate, subhuman, monstrous animals the left are. You are a horrible fucking person for just tolerating this shit. Child rapists and murderers and criminals and thugs and drug dealers and degenerates and fucking perverts and pedophiles. You are a fucking animal. You are less than human to me. Your life is not worth anything. I feel nothing if your actions cause harm or death to you. I have zero fucking human compassion for these people because I've tried for years to reason with these people. And you know what all they have to say? They're faced with Joe Biden. They're faced with Kamala Harris. These two-faced snake demons who have a career history of over-incarcerating and over-policing black people. Black criminals that I don't support or really feel sorry for, but I recognize the unfairness that they were treated with at the judicial level. Yeah, that was orchestrated by Joe Biden and Kamala, not Trump. The opposite is true of Trump. Trump has commentated and given more pardons in his fucking first term than Obama did. And by the way, when Joe Biden talked about how many total that he and Barack Obama commutated and I'm not even sure I'm saying that, commuted and fucking pardoned in their term, he lied about the number that they did on stage. He lied by like 20,000. He said like 38,000 pardons, and it was more like fucking 13,000. So he fucking lied. Like fucking you're faced with these fucking people with just raining amounts of evidence like this is the establishment Bernie Sanders warned you about. This is the swamp that Donald Trump said he ran to drain. And then you look at Trump and you go, well, he's really mean and rude, so I'm going to vote for the corrupt Illuminati fucking demon animals instead of this guy who's just a little abrasive. Are you a fucking retard? Are you a fucking stupid, worthless IQ of pond scum? Fucking just, I hate repeating myself, but I cannot stress enough how completely less than worthless the left is to society. Nothing they want will help anybody. Even the things they have that sound nice, they don't even know how it works. You know, I've done videos talking about how people think that we could just switch to electric overnight, that we don't need gasoline, that it's a big scam that gasoline's still being used or petrol products are still being used. You're fucking retard. Oh, we could totally run everything on wind farms and shit. There's no need for burning coal. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know the first thing about the energy demands and the energy generation capability of these technologies. You're fucking stupid. You just live in a fairy tale land where it's like as easy as well, this option is bad and this option is good, and there's no consequences. There's no trade-off. There's no give and take. There's no fucking problems that will arise. There's no need for advanced technology or nuance or anything. All cops are bastards, and there's no need to use fossil fuels for anything, and we could totally build trains across the Atlantic Ocean. Who even needs boats? You're a fucking retard. You are the dumbest fucking idiot monkey ever. You are garbage. You are garbage, and I'm better than you. You are garbage. And there are millions of people who aren't half as smart as me, aren't half as well off as me, or they're richer, or they're poorer, or they have different color skin, or different genitalia. Heck, some of them are even LGBT or whatever, who agree with me and will look you in the eye and say, if you fucking unironically support these fucking socialist, commie, fucking garbage people, you are also garbage. You are helping nobody. You think you're a fucking Marvel superhero when you're a stupid, idiot, ape, knuckle-dragging caveman retard. I cannot stress this enough. I understand that you think you're the good guy and that you're an emotionally driven, compulsive fucking NPC. You know, you don't actually have a super ego who's aware of like how to fucking address the future and plan for the future and grow as a person, that you're just a reactionary, operative fucking lizard person. I know that you have that problem, and I know that you think that your emotions are correct, and therefore, you know, what feels scary and evil and what feels good and helpful is what's best for this country. But if you actually, you know, pay attention and have the care and concern necessary to even do a cursory look into how anything works, the economy, energy sector, fucking foreign policy, the consequences of war, how policing actually works. Every single policy on your entire platform is wrong, and it's wrong because you're fucking ignorant. The nicest possible way that it could be put is the famous Reagan quote. It's not that my fucking Democrat friends are ignorant or stupid. It's just that they believe so much that is not so. Everything you believe is a fucking lie. It's not true. You're fucking retarded. And you don't care enough. You don't have the fucking strength of character enough to face these facts. There's a reason why the left has to censor and control fucking everything, because their ideas don't just not stand up to scrutiny. They're not just wrong. If you even think for a fucking second about the shit they say, it's bullshit, and you will know it. They have to hide the truth from you because the truth is instantly will disinfect all of their fucking goddamn bacteria. All of their fucking slimy germs will fucking just disappear in a puff of fucking smoke if you even face facts for a second. They have to keep you in emotionally reactionary lizard brain mode, or they're fucked, because they're the fucking bad guys and you're a fucking retard, and they're only winning because you're a fucking retard. And that's what's demoralizing, is you're a hopeless fucking idiot. You are absolutely fucking beyond stupid. Too stupid to live. Too stupid to breathe. I don't know how you fucking function. And the rest of you who could possibly know better are such apathetic hypocrites. Such unbelievably pretentious, pompous fucking dweebs. Or you're fucking so scared of peer pressure that you're so afraid because you know, like everybody knows, that the left are violent, sadistic monsters. Violent sadism is their true underlying thread, the keystone of their ideology. That if you resist, they will harm you. And whichever ones of you who are not beyond stupid or unbelievably ignorant or just so fucking lazy it's shameful, the rest of you are cowards. The rest of you are pussies. The rest of you are moralist pussies. Absolute fucking frauds. There is nothing redeemable in anything I just fucking said. And it's so fucking hard to care when it really is a big black pill. That as unbelievably disqualified as Biden is, he has fucking Alzheimer's. His VP is a fucking corrupt scumbag. He's a corrupt scumbag. Everyone around him's a corrupt scumbag. Scandal after scandal after scandal that he was tied to with Obama, one of the most corrupt and nefarious fucking presidents in U.S. history, who did absolutely everything to the power, the magnitude of fucking 10 that Nixon did to get fucking erased from presidential existence. He'd done everything Bush did to fucking demoralize the right wing for decades. Beyond everything Biden did with him, just what Biden's done since. Just look at his fucking net worth. You want to talk about the millionaires and the billionaires and the corrupt people. Joe Biden wasn't even a millionaire when he became vice president, which is pretty stunning considering how long he's been a corrupt senator. It might not be true. Some of the figures I've seen that their net worth was close to $1 million, but wasn't quite there. Right now, Joe Biden's net worth is like $16 million or almost $17 million. Where'd all the money come from, Joe? But then again, like, that's the case with a lot of them. Where does Nancy Pelosi get all her fucking money? Look at all the money AOC is spending out of nowhere. She was a fucking nobody fucking bartender from fucking some shithole. Where do they get all the money? Well, that's the case with the entire Senate. I mean, some of that you just have to take and tolerate because of fucking lobbyists and shit. But if you really scrutinize these people like Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, you see a horrifying level of corruption that is undeniable. And now I'm just repeating myself. This video is long as fuck, but hey, maybe it makes up for me not being here for so long. But this is the totality of what we're faced with. And still this country is somehow split 50-50 down the middle. There's been no major sweeps. The hilarious thing is how crystallized this 50-50 thing is. All of the fucking unbelievable waves of lying propaganda against Trump has done very, very little to erase his supporter base. The only things that has eroded Trump's supporter base is his inability to keep all his promises. That has. His overwhelming, just, you know, nut-sucking fucking ball-licking of Israel turned off a ton of people. A lot of people are through with pissing $12 million a day to Israel that they don't need. They just fucking get to rape us. And that's what's just on the budgets that are black. It's unbelievable. And then you look at the undeniable proof of what degenerate, worthless, lying scum, pretty much the entire left-wing establishment is at this point. AOC's a fucking retard. Ilhan Omar's one of the most corrupt representatives to ever be in Congress. Unbelievably corrupt. How she hasn't been impeached yet is unfucking believable, because she's in like 10 embezzlement scandals and fucking immigration fraud scandals and shit. It's ridiculous. AOC has multiple fucking ethics complaints against her. Maxine Waters is a fucking retarded monkey person. And I don't even necessarily mean that in a racist way. I mean that her IQ is so low that she's comparable to a fucking ape. Like, she's not a person. She's a fucking idiot. And she's been in Congress in California for decades. Nancy Pelosi is a fucking literal fucking demon ghoul person. Chuck Schumer is just an shockingly corrupt fucking Israel first fucking mafioso fucking politician. Chris Cuomo, as far as the governor is, unbelievably corrupt. Gretchen Whitmer. It's like you look around and it's like, where is any righteousness anywhere in the Democrats? Where was the good guys that fucking Jon Stewart promised us in 2004 when we used to binge watch The Daily Show as liberals? Where is any of this? It doesn't exist. It's not there. It may have never been there. I can't go on anymore, dude.